I was about to say, it is 9:04.
Hey, family, here we are for overtime. Hope your first day staying at home if you're in Ohio.
What's up, my
It's
people?
going okay. Let's watch.
See, it's only a little bit.
Oh,
Thank you.
it's actually out. So, hope you're doing well. First day of the stay-at-home order.
My sugar. My spoon.
Go ahead. We know you can't survive. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay, I got it. Oh,
No,
you want me to go get it?
She wants to go so
You
bad.
would let me go get it?
I'm not in charge of her.
Okay, cool.
Why does she think?
Hold on.
She pretends like I'm in charge. She just leaves all the time. Anyway, hope you're doing great, guys. Weird day in my family. My wife, it's the first day she can't do anything at the office. They were doing kind of a rotation to keep people separate. But yeah, no, she's at home now. Maybe you are too. We're going to keep doing this every day. Again, we'll even bring you some extra live stuff during the show this week is our plan, so that you can catch some of the show on your phone if you're not able to connect on the app or on a clock radio or whatever you're doing. Today, I'd love to have us share some ideas about what you're doing in your family to stay sane this week. And I say sane. I say that in just like a lighthearted way, and like in terms of not driving each other nuts in the house, you know, because my kids started fighting like crazy yesterday. I don't know what their problem is. That's a whole other topic. But
our kids got issues. We talked about that.
Lots of issues. So what are you all doing in your house to keep things rolling? And one of the things we did is Sarah got one of the last two puzzles, 1,000-piece puzzles from Target before they were all gone.
Fun.
And I mean, it was like I was in some other planet. My son came up last night. He's like, "Dad, you want to come and help me with a puzzle?" And I was like,
"Hey,
me? You? Me? Yeah." So we did it. That's been fun.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
That's super fun. We've done that throughout the years. That's super cool. We just leave it on the table, and so people kind of come and put some together, walk away. I noticed the adults in the family are kind of giving each other space, and so my sister will kind of go away with her spouse, and they'll go on rides. They gave me
go on rides. What is this, amusement park?
Like drive around.
You have to explain that one to me because I don't get that. Where are you going?
You feel nowhere. Don't you love doing that? My dad used to do that a lot.
No,
like just going on drives.
I'm not mad at you for it. It's like it's more isolated. It's more cooped up.
No.
It's a smaller space.
No.
It's like
you
I'm
got
confined to my house.
natural air. Depending on the day, you can put the window down. You go. I mean, I don't know if they did this, but you could go to like Dunkin' Donuts, get a little drink. You put it there. You're talking. I love doing that, and so they did it yesterday. And my husband and them gave me a lot of time yesterday. I went to my room and I was doing my hair. There were no kids with me for hours. And like nobody came to be like, "Where's Janelle?"
Oh, fun. What are you doing for Lent today?
Whatever.
Seriously.
No.
He gave you like 3 hours yesterday. Great. Like, what are you going to do for Lent today? You going to take the kids so he can do something?
Take the kids where?
No, but allow Len this. Like,
yeah, you know what he did on Friday? No, he did it on Friday. He got home at around 2 and went to bed literally at 3 and was like gone for like till like 9 or something.
That's what I'm talking about.
He was tired.
You guys are helping each other out.
Yeah. And so what I do, I can't take the kids nowhere, so I'll send them to the basement because they're loud. So like they could be in the first floor, he's in the second floor. It's like they're right next to me. So I told them, you got to go downstairs and watch a movie. But it's like, it's almost like an understanding in my house. And maybe you have this with Sarah of like, we got to give each other space. We got to, like give each other grace and let you get away.
No, big time. But when we're together, even, there's the thing with the kids too. What was that sound? Do you ever do that? Like, what is that sound?
Yeah.
Like there's pounding maybe or stomping or is it a laugh or a cry?
Or one of them will be crying. I got one kid, when he cries, it sounds like somebody is killing him. Oh my goodness. We've learned to just be like, he's good.
But it's also I'll have to yell out, "Are you really hurt? Because you're about to make me get up and walk all the way over there."
Yeah.
And if I come over and just go, "Are you okay?" and you go, "Oh, I'm fine," I'm going to be annoyed. My wife was asking what we're eating.
It is so good.
Mimi Villa prepared scrambled eggs with bacon and sausage and cheese. And it's quite yummy.
Amazing. It was good.
Here, would you like a bite?
Mimi.
Here, Have a bite.
Callie says, my
Yeah.
husband and I used to go driving around on some of our first dates. It is the best. My sister and her husband do it a lot. Len doesn't like it, but my dad used to love it. So we would go to like new roads. If you go to like some of the country roads, I do it with the kids. In fact, this is my little secret. When my kids were younger, I don't know if you'll understand. When the kids were younger and they were like always on top of you, I would put them in their car seats because they got to be strapped in and go on rides and get like Starbucks and turn the music up. And they still tell the stories. They'll be crying, screaming, calling me, and I turn the music up louder and just drive. You don't like driving is super cool.
No, I mean, God loves you. He made you unique and special. The last thing that I want to do is get into a smaller space.
What?
And go nowhere and spend
Put
money
the
on
music,
gas.
put the windows down. You can see.
You know how many miles a gallon you get in that van?
It's cheap now. Go and drive around. Deborah says there are only me and my husband here. He still gets to work, and so do I. We tend to love being at home so much, so not much is changing for us. I bet you working is helping, right? I know it's helping you, right, Brian?
Yeah. Lana says it looks delicious. Yeah, it is. In fact, I got you a bite here that's got bacon and onion on it. Here, I'll put it up so you don't spill. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh my gosh,
Yummy.
weird,
Oh,
awkward.
you're too good to eat it.
What? Nathan, what's up? Molly, good morning, Molly. Molly is a homeschool mom. I think you're Stowe Hudson. You're doing awesome. You're kind of like taking it easy, not driving them nuts or yourself nuts.
I want to know, does anybody else do this thing that she does to stay sane, which is get in a small space with other people and drive to nowhere?
It's amazing.
Like, she loves it. It's the last thing I want to do.
One of my favorite places to go to is
No, but you're not going there.
No. I drive through there. There's
But you're not going there though. You're driving through it. It's different. I
drive
I'm
around
going
there.
to Cedar Point.
Oh my gosh.
Not I'm driving past Cedar Point. You see the difference?
Yeah. Okay. I like driving from Shaker to Chagrin Falls in like the country roads, winding roads. Chagrin Falls is like so like petite and antique, and then it has the little like waterfall. Please tell me I'm not crazy. Does anybody else? Right now, that's my go-to in terms of sanity. Like, since we can't go to a restaurant, we can't barely do anything, and it's cold, you get in a car, put some music on, drink your coffee. I think it's amazing.
Bonnie,
I think it's genius.
Missing out. By the way,
Bonnie! Yeah! I know I ain't crazy.
Scroll up, because
I ain't
somebody asked
crazy.
you a question. Bonnie has a question for you. Bonnie.
My kids want to know how many kids you have, Janelle. I have 6 kids. 6.
No, see, if I was your kid, I just want to be sure. I'd clarify. If you go, hey kids, let's get in the car and go
They
to
love it.
the metro parks, I'd be like, Mom, are we going there or are we driving through there? Right? I'd have to know
There
that.
have been times, if I don't tell them ahead of time, I'll be driving and the girls are like, where are we going? Because they'll just like, we're just
and
riding.
you'll be like, home.
No,
Wait, we just left home. Yeah, well, we'll end up there
really,
again.
especially for now, I would highly recommend it. Deborah says, drive just to drive. Yes. Plus, need to make sure the car still starts. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are so weird.
Angela, you're not crazy, Janelle. Love driving around and taking in the sights. Thank you.
You guys are
It
so
is
weird.
so fun. And then you put some music on and blast it. I am that crazy person at the red light singing. And then I'll tell my kids, it's hilarious. I'll be like, give me my microphone. And then I'll pick up like a marker or something and I'll start singing.
Is anyone with
It's
me
so
here?
fun.
Is there anyone who will admit that random drives to nowhere are not your cup of tea? Please.
Catherine says, good morning. Yes, I love it when my hubby and I drive around in the car, especially in the surrounding beautiful Ohio countryside. Amish country, yes, is beautiful. Agree, Janelle. Even better if we're drinking coffee. Yes. That's what it is. And then you're talking.
No, but then you got to have a place to stop and go to the bathroom because it's a diuretic.
You don't got to do that.
What?
The best part
Wait,
is...
you don't have to do that.
I mean, I don't got to use the bathroom that much. The best part is
See a
when
doctor
you...
about
Like
that.
when you go with your husband, you're conversing. Or a friend. But when you go by yourself or with the kids, to like blast the music
Hold
and
up.
sing...
This just in. Lauren Cuevas. What did she just say?
She said no driving. Well, she
That's
lives in Chicago.
Lauren,
Ain't nobody
yeah.
driving in Chicago.
Yeah, Lauren. You know what I'm talking about.
Ohio.
Why don't you like going for
Ohio.
drives,
She
Lauren?
in Chicago.
Support me. Why don't you like this?
Because she in Chicago.
That's not why. We know why.
Sarah says, I have to disagree with Brian. Thank you, my girl. Maybe we could go on drives together. And in fact, leave the kids home.
No,
with Brian and Lynn.
No, you just said it's fun to bring the kids with and
Well,
crank up the music. So why don't you and Sarah put all the kids in one of our vans and go for a drive?
Actually, you know what I do with the kids? I'll
Great
tell
idea.
them, since our van is big enough now, I'll be like, go, you guys sit in the back. And they'll like sit. And I'm like, no, back. Like leave that front row empty. Because I'm like, just get away. Carlos says, going on drives and taking walks, board games, and doing a lot of art projects. Oh, that's cool. What kind of art do you do, Carlos? We have music on all day to break the quiet.
Yeah, you know what? Sarah has done that with our TV. Like, if you have a smart TV, you can actually put, like, Pandora and other things on there. Or Moody Radio if you want to stream from something else. But yeah, Sarah does that a lot, too. Exactly. Thank you, Lauren.
Lauren says, where am I going? Why?
Yeah. In fact, it's like, I've left the house. Where am I going?
Sarah says that would be fun. That's our next thing. That's where we're going. Oh, my gosh. And then we can talk about Brian and
with all
Lynn.
the kids. You're going with all the kids.
No.
Love your husband as Christ loved the church. Do that. Take all the kids.
Oh, my gosh.
Lauren, where are we going, Lauren? Lauren, where are we going? I don't know where I'm going. Are you going to actually end up where you started?
Talking about where you're going, even before the shutdown, you know what I would love to do? And this is coming from someone like me. I would spend years all the time going to Starbucks and sitting there and talking to people. Well, now I don't want to talk to people because I got to talk to my kids all the time. I would straight up go to Starbucks and park in the parking lot with my cup of coffee all by myself. I know you would love that.
Well, you know, I'm really excited about you guys taking all the kids for a drive.
We're not taking the kids, Sarah. If anything, well, not even, no.
You better take some of the kids.
Catherine says, I think that Brian does not know how to relax and chill with many kids. That is a challenge.
No, but Catherine, I do. I like to do it in bigger spaces than the confinement of a vehicle.
You're driving. What do you need to do in a vehicle?
Dad.
Oh, no.
Dad.
You blast the music. That's what I do.
I do the same thing, but
and then I'll look at them in the mirror and just smile, and I'm like, I can't hear you. It's awesome.
I've done that. I actually had a friend who he's younger than me, but he has more kids than me, and he had kids before me. It was he and I and all the kids in a 12-passenger van, and we're driving somewhere, and he's like the kids are yelling out, Dad, and he's just sitting there. I'm like, dude. Are you your kids are trying to get your attention. And he's like, what?
Yes.
And I go, yeah, the kids are calling you. He goes, oh, dude, you got to learn this. I figured this out a long time ago. Tune them out.
That is so true,
and
y'all.
I was like, what?
That
Total
is
game changer.
So true.
I don't hear you.
You know what? I've learned to do that. Len doesn't know how to do that. And I've told him, listen, I can't stay home with 6 kids and keep my sanity and pay attention to everything. Have you ever, ignore them? They'll come up to me, and they'll be like, blah, 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 and I'm like, uh-huh. And then I'll be like, yeah. And they'll be like, yes, and walk away. And you're like, oh, my gosh, what did I say yes to? Have you ever done that?
Yeah, well, Sarah's tendency is more like Len's, where she'll be like, no.
Just whatever they said.
Yeah, what'd you say? No. What's that? What do you want? I can't hear you quite right. No.
Sarah says, oh, he is really good at chilling and ignoring the kids. That's funny.
Hey, staying sane and saying.
Hey. Robert says, Brian is so funny. I laugh when he looks at Janelle funny for being late to the show, for using the restroom, or wearing a blanket, and Janelle feels it's natural. And Brian is like, that's professional? Yeah, he's grubbing on those eggs. I love that guy. Aww.
Yeah, Rob. Let's not go for a drive together.
Catherine says, aren't we blessed with much beauty in Northeast Ohio? Yes, Catherine. I also love, while you're talking about beauty, driving to one of these awesome metro parks and parking somewhere and just sitting there.
Sarah does that.
Oh, it's so amazing.
It's one of Sarah's favorite things to do now is to bring a coffee or something and a book and go park where there will be no people seen in the back of a parking lot at a metro park and just look out.
Oh, Sandy says, I often take drives by myself. I love to drive, enjoy God's beauty, and love to visit. Oh my gosh! You love cemeteries. I love cemeteries, and people don't understand that. I will go with my cup of coffee and sit in a cemetery in the summertime, put the windows down, and just sit there. Oh my gosh! And I have a favorite one.
So you don't walk around?
No, I usually don't. That one, and I've seen people. No, you know which one's awesome? I've seen people running in there, so I know I ain't crazy. Lakeview Cemetery. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. But the one by my house. Oh, and I thought it feels dysfunctional.
Well, it's a little
You've
dysfunctional.
heard that before? What? Like
because of what
so
you're doing
peaceful.
when you're there. Like I go for the interest of looking at grave sites.
I like looking at grave sites.
Like there's some places where they're really old, or there's
and
like,
interesting when you see mom, dad, and kids, and
I just was on a trip to Minnesota and spent time at a national cemetery. Went to another private cemetery to find some relatives. That was great, but. You're just going in there to get peace and quiet, which I understand.
It's really peaceful. There's some vibe in there. I don't know what it is. I got that, whatever. But I'm glad I'm not alone. Callie says, it must be a mom thing to get a break from the kids. Callie, do you know what I do? If I go on an errand and then I'm like, I'm back at the house, I'll like drive around my neighborhood. Forget the view. I'll just like take different roads and be like, I am not ready to go home.
Poor
so
man.
it is like a break. I know. We got issues. Carlos, you got to tell us what kind of art you're doing. Teresa says, we used to put on polka music. Molly says she's having dance parties. Do you find the little ones are doing that with Google Home or I don't know what you got, kind of blasting it and dancing? That helps a little bit.
Well, we've done that before, yeah, but right now it's my oldest daughter got a smart speaker, or not a smart speaker, just like a Bluetooth speaker it's small, but it's loud.
Oh, yeah.
We were sitting there, all of a sudden it's like, geez, turn it down.
Yeah.
But no, the kids have been spending a lot of time with that. Yeah.
Angela says, like, Lakeview Cemetery is beautiful.
Yeah.
I just took my sister there, and we just saw, I should know his name because we looked it up so many times, the baseball player that's buried there. It's the only guy that was killed during and because of the baseball game. He played for the Indians. They were playing against the Yankees. And it was at the time where they would take the ball and make it dirty so that you couldn't see it coming. And the pitcher threw it, and he didn't see it, and it hit his head. He was able to walk off the field, but he died 12 hours later. So when you go, you'll see, he died, it was like 1912. Or something, early 1900s. They dedicated the year to him, and it was the year that the Yankees won the World Series. And when you go there, you'll see paraphernalia, like a bunch of stuff on his cemetery.
See, I haven't seen that one. I've seen the Elliott Ness gravesite.
I
saw
cool.
the
Rockefeller.
John D. Rockefeller.
Gotta leave a dime. You know, people leave dimes.
President Garfield.
That is beautiful. Have you gone inside?
Of course.
Did you see the view when you go all the way to the top?
Yes, I did that.
Beautiful.
But I went down to visit his casket too. Him and his wife
yes.
right there. You don't
his
care
daughter. Yeah, no, we went there.
Like
and
3
Raina
people
went
there.
down there, and Raina was all loud. What is this? Callie says, I had to go to Costco on Sunday and was the first time out in a while. So I took the long way home because I was alone and enjoyed a hot cup of coffee. Robert says, me and my girls memorized every VeggieTales song. Oh, you are really awesome with your girls from the very beginning. I remember your first daughter in a little, like, the little, what do they call those? Car seat. You're so awesome. And he says, so much we still sang the cheeseburger and bunny song. Aw.
That a guy. Your sister
I miss
showed up.
VeggieTales.
Nice of Giselle to wake up.
Giselle, I don't know why you're late. It's not like you got a household full of kids.
What are you doing, Giselle? Sleeping
Hello.
in till 9:20?
She is sleeping in because Joelle wakes up. She'll tell Joelle, I am not waking up. You do.
Wow.
Joelle is amazing.
It sounds like your brother-in-law needs a little bit of a break. Giselle, you better give that man a break.
Sheila says, I cannot tune my kids out, unfortunately. Ooh, that's not good.
See, men need to teach this trick. You can do it. There's a way to focus on something to the point that you just don't hear things around you. You've ever had Len do that, where you're talking to Len and you're
Len
like,
can't do that.
Are you listening?
Oh, no, yeah, he'll tune me out. He can't tune the kids out because he needs to, like, control them. And I'm like, dude, you
but
can't.
But he can tune you out?
But not on purpose.
No. I've done this before, so we're not. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I think, just to give him the benefit of the doubt, it's a guy thing because he can't focus on more than one thing at a time. No? Or maybe I'm just overwhelming.
I struggle with that, focusing on more than one thing at a time. But if I'm like focused on a show, there's times when I'm like, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, he does that. He does that. So anything messes up during the show, just think, oh, it was probably Brian not paying attention to Janelle. Thank you. Troy, good morning, Troy. He says he'd rather stay home and play Call of Duty. Have you played that?
I haven't played it, but yeah, he's right. You want to sit in the car to have fun with your kids?
Driving is amazing. If you don't want to drive, just go to a cemetery. Sit there. They're
so far,
amazing.
There's 3 of us sitting together alone in Team Brian.
My dad loved doing that. Oh, it's just so cool. Like, guys, and then Ohio's so beautiful. You could drive forever and see like by the lake.
Or you could be outside at your house in the yard.
That's so boring. Oh my gosh. Like, there's some really interesting, like, okay, listen. I live in Shaker. So forget Shaker. Let's take Cleveland Heights. There's some neighborhoods that, like, the houses are historic. Come on, Brian. There's, like, little lakes. You could see people. Len loves, he doesn't like doing drives, but he likes people watching. I know you like people watching because you're very curious.
Well, it's different. My buddies and I used to sit at the mall and just people watch. Yeah, it's different.
Sandy says, Janelle, thanks for positive thoughts on cemeteries. My brother taught me how to appreciate the beauty and respect there when I was young. My friend were never allowed to go with me then. Too weird.
That is weird.
I'm 75 now and I still love it. Check out Western Reserve National Cemetery in Rittman. Oh, yeah. I'll check that out on one of my long drives.
I like cemeteries too.
You do?
Yeah.
But I like reading. That's super interesting. Even if it's not, because Lakeview has notable people and regular people. But even I think the regular ones are interesting. Like, looking at the time.
See, when I was in Boston, when I was a kid, I remember there'd be these random little cemetery plots with birth and death dates in the 1600s.
Yeah.
Which I thought was fascinating.
That's cool.
And then like when I went to college in Winona, Minnesota, there was the only Revolutionary War vet buried in Minnesota, because remember, it wasn't a state at the time.
Yeah.
But the guy passed away in Minnesota, and they've got a little memorial to him. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff.
The Jewish cemeteries in up by Beechwood.
Oh, look at Sheila.
Yeah, I was hoping. Sheila is Team Brian. She says, I hate driving any amount of distance, especially for no reason. It makes me bored, and when I'm bored driving, I get tired. Not good. I'm on team no driving around.
What? You won't even say Team Brian? It's Team Brian is no driving around.
It is fun.
There you go, Sheila.
It's so cool. And then, like, Chagrin Falls, which is one of my favorite cities to do it in, they got some mansions. So it's just cool. You know what I like? This another weird thing. When you're driving, this is really weird. I like looking into people's windows. No, I don't get close. But when you do it, it's, you know why? One of my cousins, when we were younger, he said, we are the main character of our own story. And I like looking at people.
Keep going. Don't let me stop you.
I like the thought of, like, wow, they have a whole world that I'm not a part of. They don't even know I exist. Like, it's very mental, very, like, I just think it's so cool.
So if you see a 12-passenger, like, van, kind of brown in color, slowly driving by your house looking in your windows.
Wow.
Probably Janelle.
It's really interesting just to see people, like, people sitting for dinner. It is kind of weird.
Oh, sorry, Sheila. Yeah. Team Brian, yay. Sorry,
Cali,
Sheila.
Cleveland Heights. I love Cleveland Heights. The houses are amazing. We used to live in Cleveland Heights by Coventry, the best area, one of the best areas.
If somebody just tuned in there and you're going, you know what I love? I love driving around and looking in people's windows.
No. Listen. I don't get out the car. I'm driving. No. It's usually when I'm a passenger, and I like peeking in, and it's like, you see, I don't know. I think it's cool. Alita says, I love driving and looking at houses. Me too, Janelle. I ain't crazy.
She's not looking in the houses.
Teresa says, I do the same thing. Janelle, see? It's those weird things we do, and we thinking like we're crazy. See, it ain't crazy. It's just cool. Doesn't it blow your mind? Like, there are other families that got no idea about Brian. It just helps me with my perspective of, like, wow, they're like, you don't know who just got great news about a birth. I don't know.
I just have pictures of you, like, pulling over, getting out, kind of like.
Oh, my God.
Looking in the window.
It's super interesting just to think about it. Catherine says, I agree with Janelle. Cemeteries are beautiful, peaceful, spectacular in the fall. I appreciate cemeteries more than ever. People I love are buried there. Oh, yeah. Now, that one I struggle with. Like, I don't like going to where my dad is. Because it's like, I don't know. Like, I got to deal with that. Because it's like he's not there. So it's like, what am I here for?
I just went to visit my grandmother for the first time. Months ago.
Like, I went, what do you do? He's not there. I never go to that one.
Her body's there.
I know people do it. I'm sorry. I'm just getting used to, like, Okay, so what do you do when
Seeing
you
her
come?
name again, and I don't know, I kind of liked it.
I know.
It was a moment. I
I
mean,
got issues. You would think I'd be
after
there all the
about
time.
30 seconds, it's like, okay, and we're moving on now.
Okay, so it's you don't make a thing of it.
No,
Okay.
no.
Because I know some people like put a chair by there and sit there. Yeah, whatever. Catherine says she agrees with Aretha. She's an empty nester. Let's see what Aretha says. She says, I'm an empty nester. I have to call or FaceTime my grand loves for entertainment. Although I love the quiet time, I miss engaging with people.
Yeah, it's hard.
Marco Polo, check that out if your grandchildren can hang with you. I tried it with Nana and Papa. It's super cool. Nana and Papa loved it. Try it. It's an application. It's called Marco Polo. Brian kind of made it a thing.
What was that?
And then
Wait, what did you say? I missed that part.
Brian shared it.
What?
He's so smart.
What?
He's so smart. Teresa says, I do the same thing, Janelle. See, I ain't crazy. Nathan says, you both are making valid points. I don't know what team I'm on.
Nate.
It's probably Janelle.
You're right.
Janelle. Team Janelle.
I don't know which team you're on either. I'm not sure.
Team Janelle. Aretha, I love driving and looking at the house. Wait, hold on. Deborah, no, you don't purposely go around to look in people's homes, but if you happen to be driving and you can see in, then yes, can give you ideas for your own place. Yeah, and it's just cool to see other family. I like it. Tara says, I'm angry driver. It's just no fun.
Tara. Team Brian. Another person in Team Brian. Not fun to drive. Thank
Tara
you.
says, agree, Janelle. It is weird going to visit family at the cemetery. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. It's so weird. Aretha, Brian is a mess. You don't even know the half of it. So tomorrow for overtime, that will be our topic. Why and how. And y'all can... What is up? And then you got to go home. And then Sarah has to... Oh, my God.
She loves me.
Sarah.
She loves me.
Gosh. Sarah says, what makes Marco Polo different from Messenger? Or WhatsApp or Zoom?
I mean, there's minor differences. You can do little voice filters and such. But what's cool is you get notifications when someone is posting a video. And if you want to watch it live, you can watch it live. But you don't have to. And you can respond in your own time.
That's what I like about it. FaceTime is great. But it's cool throughout the day to drop videos. And
Just
then
little
Papa
videos.
responds. And then the girls respond whenever. Because if it was FaceTime, then it would be like, okay, we're sitting with Nana and Papa. Here's FaceTime. Then you're done. Marco Polo is easier to do throughout the day.
Should we show them with our
Yeah.
phones?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do
Aretha
this.
says she loves you. You tune in tomorrow for overtime.
So Marco Polo, you open the app and it's got like the video thing or whatever. And so you and I will be right here and we're going to send Janelle a message, right? Because you're looking at the screen. So, hey, Janelle, it's us. It's Brian and Janelle overtime people. How's it going, Janelle? And then she'll come over here. She hates coming up next to you.
Why I gotta go over there? I'm gonna send you something back.
No.
Isn't
Aren't you
that
going to
it?
show them our video that we just made?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got issues. Okay, so this is the video that Brian just sent.
We sent it. It's Brian and Janelle overtime people. How's it going, Janelle?
And then
See?
I can respond in the same way, but he can check it whenever he wants to. We tried it with Nana and Papa. The kids sent them a message and they loved it. And then they responded hours later. And then they put a challenge out for the girls and said, bake some cookies and then send us a video. So it's kind of cool to do it throughout the day. Sarah, I warned you ahead of time that he was going to be annoying with Marco Polo.
Get to work, guys.
Oh!
Yeah, look at this. This is our boss. Look what he just did. Watch.
Get to work, guys.
See, that's what happens during the show all the time. Wow. Get to work, Janelle.
Yeah, I know.
I told you we shouldn't do that.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
This was fun, y'all.
Sarah, you should send me a Marco Polo so people can see you this morning.
Send a
won't do
Marco
that.
Polo, Sarah.
She won't do that.
Sarah, we got a date. We got to set a time because we got all kinds of weeks.
I'll tell
ahead
all the
of us.
kids. I can't wait to go home and
None
tell
of
the
the kids
kids.
are coming. The only kids that can come are kids that are like strapped into a baby seat. That's it. Everybody else stays.
Nope. I'm going to tell all the older kids in particular, Miss Janelle is going to take you for a drive.
No.
Can't wait. She loves it. She said she did. I will show the video.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.